Lesson 9, moving in parallels. So 9.1, for each diagram, describe a translation, rotation, or reflection that takes line L to L prime. Then plot and label A prime and B prime, the images of A and B. So for the first one, line L is the blue one. L prime is green, or the bottom one. We can translate line L and then we have how many units? 1, 2, 3. Make sure they are the same. 3 units down. This would be A prime, and this would be B prime. Question 2, we have line L and we have line B, L prime. This one is going to be a rotation of some sort. So if we use our patty paper, and I'm going to put my corner in the corner of the grids. Trace over line L. Point of rotation will be A. We're going to rotate, I'm going to say clockwise, until line L maps line L prime. Okay, the other piece we need to make sure we have is point B. Okay, so rotating it. I'm going to hover over point B. Move the paper. Here is B prime. So we rotate. We rotated clockwise. Around point A until line L mapped line L prime. We could measure it out with a protractor and tell us how many degrees this was, but all I have right now is tracing paper, so we can use our vocab word of mapping a line or a shape to map the other shape. Next page. Nine point 2. Use tracing paper to trace lines A, B, and point K. Then use that tracing paper to draw the images of the lines under 3 different transformations listed. As you perform each transformation, think about the question. What is the image of 2 parallel lines under a rigid transformation? So 1, we need to rotate A and B 3 units up, 2 units right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Why am I tracing? Translate AB 3 units up, 2 units right. So here's 1, 2, 3 units up, and 1, 2 units right. Okay, so I am here. Here, here, and here. Those are my 4 points. One, two. And K would be way up here. What do you notice about the changes that occur to lines A and B after the translation? One thing we can say we notice is the 2 segments are still parallel. Lines A and B are still parallel. What is the same in the original and the image? The distance between A and B. That's the same. They're still parallel. The distance between them didn't change. Rotate lines AB counterclockwise 180 degrees using K as the center point of rotation. As the center of rotation. So I'm going to move this up so you guys can see it. (180 degrees counterclockwise). There's my 2 points. There's line A. So what do you notice about the changes that occur to lines A and B after the rotation? Well, originally, A was on the top and B was on the bottom. So that could be a change. It's also a new set of parallel lines because we have this set of parallel lines and then this set of parallel lines. We can also say that A prime, our new line, is parallel to both line A and B. So there's a lot of things we could put. I'm going to write, but you can write this and more. Line A prime is parallel to lines A and B. What is the same in the original and the image? So something that's the same is the lines A prime and B prime are still parallel and they're the same distance as A and B. Question 3 is on the next page. So reflect lines A and B across H. Okay, there's lines A and B, and H, we're going to reflect it. Just trying to get a couple points on here so I can graph it. All right. Okay. Wasn't on my dots very well there. I have to put my paper back so I see where it was again. Where this is A prime and this is B prime. Oh, no. B originally was closer. A is now originally closer. Alrighty, what do you notice about the changes that occur to line A and B in the reflection? Well, we could say that line A is above line B, where line B prime is above A prime. So remember in that first one, I talked about how A was on the top and then B and then O was for the second one. And when we rotated, they switched sides. Well, the same thing happened here. We had A, then B. Now we have B, then A. So that's something that changes. In the original, A was on top. And in the reflection, B prime is on top. What is something that stays the same? Well, line B prime and A prime are still parallel. Oh, sorry, you couldn't even see the whole thing. Alrighty, on to the next page. The diagram shows a line with points labeled A, B, A, C, D, B. On the diagram, draw the image of line and points A, C, B after the line has been rotated 180 degrees around point D. Okay. B. We are rotating 180 degrees around D. There's 90. B prime. C prime. A prime. Label the images as A, B, and C prime. What is the order of all 7 points? Explain or show your reasoning. Well, the order would just be reading it from left to right. So we have A, C, B prime, D, B, C prime, A prime. Showing our reasoning would be up here with our image that we created when we did our rotation. Sorry guys, had a big yawn. The diagram shows a line with points A and C on the line and a segment AD where D is not on the line. Rotate the figure 180 degrees around point C and label the image of A as A prime and the image as D prime. Okay, 180 degrees. I hover my pencil. There's D prime. There's A prime. Okay. What do you know about the relationship between angle CDA and angle CA prime D prime? Well, based on our rigid transformation of 180 degrees, their angles are the same measure. All right, number 3, on to the next page. The diagram shows 2 lines, L and M, that intersect at point O with a point of A on line L and D on line M. Whoa. Sorry, guys. Gotta move my camera. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and trace. Rotate the figure 180 degrees around O. Label the image of A as A prime and D as D prime. 90 degrees, 180 degrees. A prime, D prime. What do you know about the relationship between the angles in the figure? Explain your reasoning. Angle AOD and A prime OD prime have the same measure. Oh, just a second, guys. Gotta find. There we go. No movement for too long. So, measure of angles AOD and A prime OD prime and we know this because when we did 180 degree rotation around point O, the lines and points matched up. And that brings us to our lesson summary. You guys will be working on your practice problems. There will be another video that will go through the practice problems for you guys to watch.